Loneliness is the shadow that follows when you step into the light of self-improvement. Imagine this: you're standing at the edge of a crowded room, laughing with everyone else, but somewhere deep down, a quiet voice whispers, "This is not where you belong anymore." You shrug it off until the laughter feels hollow, the jokes become stale, and you realize that in pursuit of growth, you've outgrown the people around you. The old you fit in just fine, but the new you craves something more. It's the painful irony of leveling up. The higher you climb, the fewer companions you find at the summit. Your friends can't fathom your sudden fascination with early mornings, discipline, or cutting back on distractions. They miss the version of you who lived for weekend parties, aimless conversations, and easy comfort. But self-improvement demands sacrifices, and often relationships become collateral damage. This loneliness, it's not a punishment, it's a passage. You're on the journey to becoming a fortress. At first, the silence feels like betrayal, as if the universe has taken something from you for daring to rise above mediocrity. But step back and observe. When a blacksmith tempers steel, the heat burns away impurities. That's what this loneliness is, the furnace of transformation. The people who don't understand your growth, they're the impurities that the fire expels. It's not their fault. Most are simply comfortable where they are. You can't explain the rush of completing your first 5 a.m. workout to someone who'd rather hit snooze. You can't describe the satisfaction of reading a book that changes your perspective to someone who hasn't picked one up in years. Let them go, not out of spite, but because your paths have diverged. Their stagnation is no longer your anchor. But oh, how the nights stretch long when the silence sinks in. You wonder if it's worth it, this uphill battle. Every step forward feels heavier when no one cheers you on. The mind plays tricks, painting memories of simpler times when your circle was full, even if those connections were shallow. It's tempting to slip back into old habits just to feel connected again. But understand this: the greatest battles are fought in solitude. Marcus Aurelius didn't find strength from the crowd. He found it within himself during his meditations. Epictetus didn't seek validation. He turned his chains into wisdom. To be alone on the path of growth is to join the ranks of the resilient. So how do you endure when the world feels distant? You anchor yourself in purpose. Picture a sailor steering a ship through stormy seas. The waves crash, the sky darkens, but he doesn't panic. Why? Because he knows his destination. That's you. Your goals, mental clarity, physical strength, financial independence are your compass. When the winds of loneliness howl, grip that wheel tighter. Write down your vision. Reflect on your progress. Celebrate small victories, even if no one's watching. This is the training ground for your spirit. Strength forged in solitude is unbreakable. The beauty of this loneliness lies in the clarity it brings. Without the noise of constant companionship, you're left alone with your thoughts. Scary, isn't it? But this is where you meet your true self. Who are you when no one's around? What do you stand for when applause is absent? The solitude sharpens your self-awareness like a blade against stone. You learn to confront your fears, acknowledge your flaws, and cultivate your strengths. Most people spend their lives running from themselves, drowning in distractions. But you've chosen to face the mirror. And then something magical happens. As you grow, you start attracting kindred spirits, people who resonate with your journey. They won't come immediately. The universe likes to test your patience. But eventually, you'll cross paths with those who value discipline over indulgence, growth over comfort, and purpose over pleasure. These connections are deeper, forged in mutual respect and shared aspirations. They'll challenge you to grow even further, pushing you beyond your limits. And when you look back, you'll realize the loneliness was a necessary bridge. You'll also develop an appreciation for solitude. Once a source of pain, it becomes your sanctuary. In the quiet, you'll find creativity, focus, and peace. You'll learn to enjoy your own company, to savor a cup of coffee while journaling. Your thoughts, to take long walks and let your mind wander freely. This shift transforms loneliness into solitude's gift, the freedom to be unapologetically yourself. Few people ever reach this point because they're too afraid to walk alone. But remember, this path isn't for the faint of heart. There will be days when the silence roars louder than your willpower. Days when doubt creeps in, whispering, "What if it's not worth it?" Fight back. Remind yourself that every great philosopher, artist, and leader faced this crucible. They endured isolation not because they were cursed, but because they were chosen. Chosen to rise above mediocrity and lead by example. You're walking the same road. Embrace the loneliness as a badge of honor. It's proof that you're not like the rest, that you refuse to settle for a life of complacency. Yes, the price of self-improvement is steep, but the rewards are immeasurable. A sharper mind, a healthier body, and an unshakable spirit. These are treasures that no one can take from you. So, stand tall in your solitude. Let the world's noise fade. Your journey is not for everyone to understand, and that's exactly why it's worth it.